Commanders, and welcome back to attempt 2 for tonight's live stream. I did attempt to use Streamlabs OBS with my HD capture card, but looks like I need to do a little bit more by tweaking the settings. I haven't got them quite right yet, but I'm not going to delay tonight's stream by messing about with that. Trying to switch over to OBS because it gives me a little bit more interactivity with you guys. I can say thank you to people who subscribe to the stream. I can say thank you to people who choose to leave donations, etc. And I can't do that with the built-in software from the PlayStation. But it looks like I've got some more work to do around that before I start. Just trying to get up tonight's video. So tonight we're going to be going down to the Guardian site. Now thankfully I've got plenty of blueprints, but what I am lacking in is items, so technology samples, record samples and other things to that effect. So I'm going to go and collect some up. Good evening, how are you doing? Right, so the particular site I am going to use is this one here, and that is HD space 63154. A little bit out of the way, but not too far. It's a fairly compact Guardian site, easy to pick stuff up from. So I say, unfortunately, no giveaway this week because the upcoming patch on Tuesday. I want to get ready for that one. So if you haven't been to the Guardian sites and you want to, or you just want to see somebody else do it, now is an ideal time. So heading out there in my ass. Reason for that is I could get there faster in my Anaconda. It does have a bigger jump range, but landing it at those Guardian sites is a massive pain in the ass. It's quite rocky around there. It's hard to find somewhere to land as it is. So if you take an Anaconda on top of that, it just makes your life more difficult than it needs to be for the sake of a couple of minutes extra getting there. So it's going to be a little bit of a trip out there. So if anybody has any questions, anything they'd like me to explain, any information that you need, chuck it in the chat and I'll attempt to answer anything that you've got, because let's face it, you've got to pass the time somehow.
Frameshift drive charging.
Evening to everyone that's just joined. You might have seen I did attempt a live stream on my PC via my new HD capture card and Streamlabs OBS. That didn't work so well. Got to figure out what's going wrong there, and I'll attempt to use it in future once I've got the kinks worked out. How many jumps have we got? Oh, 20 jumps. And considering this Asp can jump the better part of 50 light years, it's not the end of the world. What here? Your power needs your help. Tough. I'll have to wait. So I've joined a power. I want some mining lances. So basically, I'm going to join that power, do absolutely nothing for 3 weeks, and then quickly earn some merits, get my mining lances, and abandon ship.
Frameshift drive charging.
Evening to everybody just joining me. Thank you for joining me this evening. As I explained at the beginning, I had a failed attempt at streaming on my new capture card, so now I'm back to the built-in PlayStation software. Seems to be a bit more stable. A bit frustrating, but it's my computer that's letting me down. Has got an i5 processor, but its graphics card is built in, so that could have killed it. Had an epic fit, lost my A-rated Python and didn't realise I had insufficient credits to cover the insurance. Back to the beginning. Cool. Well, if you really want to, Frontier give everybody one get out of jail free card and one get out of jail free card only. So if you raise a support ticket via the Frontier website, explain that that you made a mistake, you lost your Python, they will almost certainly restore it for you, but that's a service they give to each commander once, after which if you kill it again it's your problem, they won't restore it for you. So you can either use it now or you can use it in future.
Frameshift drive charging.
I wish I had an autopilot for these long ass cruises. Why is my fuel so low? I guess it's because I've just fuel scoop is on, but I've just hit a patch of non-scoopable stars. Oh, never mind.
Frameshift drive charging.
So the objective of this evening is not blueprints. I have got plenty of blueprints, a stupid amount of blueprints to be fair. It's purely for wreckage parts, weapon parts, technology samples and power cells. I have a sneaky feeling that that the new upcoming Guardian fighters, basically TIE fighters, because let's face it, that's what they are, is going to be a whole load of these items, plus Frontier will officially launch, I'll show you, these here, where are you, Guardian vessel blueprints. You're not supposed to be able to get these in game yet. However, when they first launched Chapter 1 and the Guardian sites, they accidentally were giving out these. So I have a sneaky feeling that that's what I'm going to need to get the fighters.
Frameshift drive charging.
Fred, hard time indeed. Do you want to expand on that a little bit further? Or was that in reference to Dean's comment about losing his A-rated Python? Right. So I need to pick up quite a lot of fuel. I'm just going to hang here for as long as I can.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Yes, yeah, it would be nice. But in the narrative of the game, the Guardians were supposed to be able to easily defeat the Thargoids, so I don't think we're ever going to get full Guardian ships. No one's entirely sure what the Guardians look like in terms of their physiology, so would we even fit in the cockpit? Who knows? They could have been 8-legged spider beasts for all we know. It's exceptionally frustrating that Elgato HD capture card and OBS Streamlabs didn't work. Well, it did work, it was just lagging somewhat rotten. I don't know whether that was hardware or internet signal. Yeah, hybrid. Well, that's what the fighters are. They're a hybrid of human and Guardian technology. But yeah, it'd be cool if you could have some, like a crate with Guardian, proper Guardian enhancements, not just crappy power plants. And actually looked Guardian as well. That'd be pretty cool.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, where the... Well, thank you very much, sir. That is most generous, and it's the first one I've ever had. So, I'm very indebted to you as well, sir. Yeah, the meta alloys are actually, I haven't checked the status in Maya for over a week now, which is probably very naughty of me. So let's check it now, shall we? If we can press the right button. So,
Fuel scoop disengaged.
system. So in order for meta alloys to work, we need at least a minimum of 4 of the 7 stations, 4 of the 7 factions to be in boom status. Otherwise it simply won't work. So we've got Rider, Revolutionary, boom. Anthill Mob, who in fact never give meta alloy missions, so not really that useful. Those two are in election. They are in none. These guys are in war, none, and war. So no, unfortunately, meta allies will not currently be spawning at Maya at the moment. But I'm glad that you could. I'm glad that you could get into the Billionaire Club. It's a nice place to be. I recently started putting together my Cutter mining ship, and I'm not going to lie, it's almost a carbon copy of the one that Down to Earth Astronomy made, his Gold Digger. I liked that build, I thought it was really good, so I've been stringing it to putting one very similar together myself. I think it's going to work really well in the Q4 update. I am banking on mining being a better way to harvest raw engineering materials and scrabbling around on planet surfaces. I'll probably be wrong, but who knows. But yeah, that has put a hit on my finances. So I've gone from 3.8 billion down to 3 billion, which is not the worst problem in the world to have. But still, I'm greedy and I want more. Now, I am hoping that when 3.1 launches, sorry, what am I on about? 3.3 launches. That's Frontier Stick True to Form, and there are some silly missions on the go. Depending on how long you have been playing the game, there were some missions that you could earn 20 million a minute. There were some massacre missions once where you could earn 200 billion by killing 79 enemy ships, though those were interesting. So yeah, there's always something. They always mess up somehow, and mission payouts go through the roof, but they generally only last about a day or two, absolute maximum, before Frontier realise and hit them with the nerf hammer. So get in quick. I'll be streaming live as soon as the update goes live on Tuesday, so we'll see. Howdy TJ, nice to join us. Like I said, it's Sunday, so as promised, I'm doing my raiding of the Guardian site stream. Not for blueprints, I don't need to do the puzzle today, although I might do it just to do it on stream. Many of you have seen the puzzle before, but I'll do it anyway. But what I really need are Guardian items, so Sentinel wreckage, Sentinel weapon parts, technology samples and power cells. So I'm just going to be smashing those. No giveaway this week, unfortunately. Just don't have time. It was Commander Shinakuma's birthday on Thursday, so Mrs. Shinakuma was treating him to some stuff. And then in the UK it's a bank holiday, so we've been out and about doing stuff. I know you get 3 billion and it's all good, until you realise that by the time you upgrade 2 ships. Yeah, absolutely. So depending on what type of ship you choose to invest in, 3 billion will go almost nowhere. I mean, if you take a look here, so I have got 3 billion in ready cash, but my current assets combined are 7.2 billion. So that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of invested time. That's a lot of hours sat up till 5 in the morning, with keeping your eyes open with matchsticks and drinking more coffee than you can than most humans can consume, grinding out, because I don't own a ship that isn't engineered to the nth degree. It's probably a mental problem I have, but if I've got one, I have to have it engineered to max level 5. Even my little Doombug Sidewinder, it's the toughest little Sidewinder in the galaxy. It's fully maxed out. Absolutely great for trolling griefers. I like to go to the community goals and find the KOS players, kill on sight or keepers of silica, however they're choosing to describe themselves at that time. Just pull them out of hyperspace, hit them with a few shots, and then run. It's annoying, but it's fun. Hey Philip, how are you doing this evening? Glad you could join us. So this evening we're just going to steal some stuff from Guardian sites. I'm sure they won't mind. They're all dead, so let's just take their stuff anyway. 6 jumps to go. And then, unfortunately, it's a 140,000 light second trip out to the site in question. But of all the sites, it's my particular favourite one. I know the pattern off by heart. So really gonna go and prod them sentinels, because I want their stuff.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now, I have only got one SRV, so hopefully those skimmers don't kill me. I'd have to be reasonably crap for that to happen. But let's see. I've got plenty of stuff to synthesize hull. So if things get hairy, I can always use my get out of jail free cards.
Fuel scoping.
So in chapter 4, Frontier have said that a number of quality of life improvements are coming. I really hope
Complete.
they introduce a collect all feature on the Haley, how are you doing this evening? Just after the Guardian sites to raid some stuff, and I'm just saying that Frontier are porting to have done a load of quality of life improvements in the Q4 update, so not the Q3 one that's coming on Tuesday. One of those, I hope to God, is a collect all feature. I'm sick of targeting stuff individually. Just let me run over it and hoover it up. Or give me a magnetic collector, or a collect Olympic controller for my SRV. That would be awesome. Just like a little drone. I've got a bloody drone, for God's sake. So why can't my SRV have a drone that just runs around collecting up all of the stuff?
Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Now, if whilst I'm at the Guardian sites, there is anything you guys want to see yourselves and I'm not doing it or not talking about it, please let me know in chat. I'll attempt to answer any questions that you have, or complete any tasks that you want to see done. Three more to go.
Scoping.
Yeah, well,
Fuel scoping complete.
so are you referring... Yeah, absolutely. So I'll just finish answering the first question. So when you're talking about red sites on the planet, at the moment
Drive charging.
there are lots of different theories about how materials spawn on surfaces. So when you're collecting your arsenic, your technetium, your polonium, etc. But the truth is that the deposits are spawned randomly. Now they're more likely to spawn in certain areas. So if you're driving around the base of a crater on the planet where there is volcanism, the likelihood of a metallic meteorite spawning is higher, so it's a higher ratio of spawn. But bearing in mind that you're driving around the bottom of a volcano, you're not driving quickly, you're falling down hills, you're climbing up hills, your SRV turns on its end at the flap of a hat. So the truth is, the best way to collect stuff is find the materials present on the planet using EDDB, find the flattest space possible, and then just drive as fast as you can in any one direction, trying not to crash or stop. So the likelihood of a material spawning is less than if you're at the bottom of a volcano, but because you're not tumbling round, you're getting more spawns per hour than if you were doing it at the higher ratio sites, which is how I come to have pretty much maxed out raw material, because I don't spend hours twatting about falling down hills. I just find the flattest space possible, drive as fast as I can, and pick up the materials. Now, they are talking about in Chapter 4 that you can launch a probe at the planet, very similar to the way that you can launch a prospector probe at an asteroid, that's going to give you more detail about the items on it. Whether that will point you to higher frequency. Application suspended in 15 minutes because the license cannot be verified. Elite dangerous. What the fuck does that mean? Right folks, so if this stream goes offline in about 15 minutes, I apologise. I just got some weird message from PlayStation. You guys can't see it because it doesn't broadcast the in-game messages, but it said that this application will terminate in 15 minutes because the license cannot be verified. I have absolutely no idea what the hell that means. So we'll play that one by ear and see what happens. So where are you going to? So I am going to this system here. So I've arrived in system, so it's HD space 63154. And then I'm going to the Guardian site, which is way out this way. Planet 3A. So 3. Hang on. Yeah, it's planet 3A. So it would be 1, 2, 3. A. Which is in the opposite direction. Okay, so it looks, I've just had someone else in chat saying that that they've also had some weird message about some license. So it looks like Frontier's servers might be on the fritz. Now, they're probably got some engineers working on their background servers getting ready for next Tuesday. So it looks like the servers might go down, which will be annoying, but still. Oh, wrong button. So that would be 3A, but that's not where the Guardian site is. Hang on, let me just check my information, my own information. You'd think I'd know I bloody wrote it, wouldn't I? I've been here before. Sure, it's 3A. But I've been wrong about this stuff before. Right. Yep, you're probably right. But let me just double check some information that I keep. So yeah, it's B3A. Yes, I am going to the right place. I said it wrong, but it's definitely B3A. I've just got a little file that I keep with interesting stuff. So my apologies. I am going to the right place. It's yeah, it's my fault. I said it wrong. So Like I say, I am 99% certain that I'm going to the right place. This is the place I usually hit up. Yeah, thankfully, I don't need blueprints. I've got 25 module blueprints, 84 weapon blueprints, and 27 vessel blueprints. So blueprints is not what I'm hunting this evening. I need parts, so I need technology samples, power cells, and skimmer wreckage and skimmer weapons. That's what I need this evening. That's cool. Like I say, I'm sure I'm going to the right place. Yeah, thankfully, and I say apologies to those people that have been here since the beginning, but in the first week that Frontier launched Chapter 1 and these Guardian sites, when you were scanning the obelisks for your standard data, they were also giving out blueprints as well, which is how I've got 87 weapon blueprints. They were just giving out like 4 or 5 at a time. So if you were lucky enough to get there in the first week, you absolutely cleaned up on blueprints without having to do any of the Guardian maze puzzles. If I'd have had to do that 87 times, I'd have been smacking my head off the table, going crazy. It's thankfully they've reduced it to 1 blueprint per item, but Jesus Christ, when it was 4, no thank you. Cool. Well, I am streaming until 9 o'clock this evening. After that time, I need to go out. So plenty of time to take part. Right, yeah, I mean, if you want the plasma charger, because it okay, well, we will see and which planet you need to go to, and if I'm wrong, I will apologise to you in the chat, but I'm pretty sure it's B3A. But again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not above admitting it. Yeah, the plasma charger looks pretty, and it's a fantastic weapon against the Cyclops, Interceptor, Cyclops, Basilisk, and Medusa. But for me, I absolutely like the Gauss cannon way better. Thank you very much for joining us, Telex, and I will see you on the next stream, hopefully. Remember, I am streaming the update as soon as it comes on, so if you don't have the opportunity to play it yourself, you can at least see somebody else see the details. But thank you very much for joining us this evening. And once again, thank you very much for your donation. It's most generous. And thank you for the belated happy birthday. I'm going to look silly if I end up going to the wrong place, though, but I'm sure I'm right. Oh, fair enough. If you don't want it to fight against the Thargoids, that's cool. The plasma charger looks really, really pretty, and they have toned down that really annoying charging sound as well. When they first launched it, it's great when you hear it for the first time, but after the 84th time you've heard it, Jesus Christ, that's annoying. Yeah, absolutely. Well, right. Let's just yeah, you're right. The Guardian structure should have appeared by now, and it's not. I might have gone to the wrong place. So. Right, so B3A. That's exactly where I am. But it normally comes up Guardian Site. And I ain't got no Guardian Site. Thing is though, there isn't a 4. Oh, this one. Yeah, not often I make mistakes, but I'll hold my hands up today and say I have. I'm definitely in the right system. I just messed up which planet I was going to, which is a bit embarrassing. But we'll soon know, because I'll be within 1,000 light seconds. Just leave that there. Oh, there you go. So, Cyborg was right. So, he deserves a... There you go, as promised. I apologised in chat for being wrong. You do in fact win the cookies today. Well, thankfully it was only 5,000 light seconds away. I would have been most annoyed if I'd have had to go back on myself 100,000 light seconds, but I didn't. Hey Rick, how are you doing? Just hitting up these Guardian sites to steal some stuff. did an obligatory fly past the planet. It wasn't a loop of shame. No, at the moment, Robigo is probably the most reliable money earner, closely followed by doing the source and return missions from the Arrow Nega. You can either watch Yamix's video or the one that I did back in July. It's not as well titled, it's just called Making Money from Source and Return Missions. To be fair, Yamix explains it a little bit better than I did, so his might be a better tutorial on it. And Maya currently isn't in the correct state for the meta alloys to spawn. So yeah, I wouldn't go to Maya at the moment. No, nothing better at the moment, but we have got an update coming on Tuesday, and with new update comes new money grinds, so I'll hunt them out and I'll see what there is. There's always something. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, with the updates, there was a couple of updates ago, there was a system whereby you could earn 20 million a minute. Quite a few updates ago, there were some missions where you could earn yourself, there you go, yep, you could earn yourself 200 billion by completing massacre missions. Obviously that got patched up fairly quickly. Right, find a bloody place to land now.
Landing gear deployed.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Farming mats for the ship launch fighters, just because I want my own TIE fighter. Come on. Don't make me go down the bottom of this flipping hill. No, meta alloys are not currently back at the moment. It's only a matter of time before the correct system state comes around. But at the moment it's not there, so do not go to Maya for meta alloy missions at the moment. Sake. I don't want to go all the way down the hill. Come on, give me a little blue blip. Should be able to land on this ledge here. No, I won't be joining the Cone Nebula mission, primarily because... Oh, sure I saw a bit of blue there. Right. Move back a bit. Because if I'm hitting up the Cone Nebula, I won't be able to scour the new update for the money grinds, and bollocks, I can't land. Let me land, you horrible little shit.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
So despite being in perfect position, I'm not allowed to land. Wanker. Okay, find a new spot. This looks fairly stable over here. I've had to land this far away before. Must just be unlucky because it knows I'm streaming. Right, well, it's going to be fun. Put on my best driving skills so I don't look like a complete rank amateur. Let's see how well that works. Do you know what? There is a metallic meteorite near me. There it is, right there in front of me. I can't pass off one of those. I have no idea what's in it, but I want it anyway. Oh, yeah. There you go. Face plant into the floor. If you're worried about the Guardian ship launch power required unique materials, it's possible, and it's even likely that the Shiplon fighters will require something absolutely unique from what we've already got, in which case there's a load of Guardian stuff that I haven't unlocked, so it's not an incomplete waste of time, but I would like to be prepared. But before that, I want whatever this metallic meteorite is somewhere up here. There it is. Right, it's going to tumble down the hill into me. I absolute shitbag, I can't get a good angle on it. Now, I haven't found a black hole ever, so you're doing better than me. Right, what was in it? Antimony, tungsten and tin. I want all of that. That was not a bad little find, considering it's on the way to where I was going anyway. Right, guy, may I ask, here you are. Did you mean to say, where are you? Do you mean in-game or in real life? Shit. Yeah, worst driving ever. In games, yeah, absolutely. So I think I posted it in the chat a little bit further up, but I'm in HD something something something. Sorry, I can't see it whilst I'm flying. I have arrived. Right, yes, I'll show you exactly where I am. I am A3154 and I'm about to get a stupid warning message. I'm in open. Yeah, like I say, I know this site well. This is where I ground out my first lot of Guardian stuff. Things didn't work the way they do now back then, so I managed to get a lot more stuff than I should have, so I didn't need to visit any of the other sites. So this is my go-to Guardian structure. I know where all of the pylons are, pretty much off by heart, which is useful because I'm going to need to provoke them to pop up. I was sat in a Guardian site a minute ago. Where the hell have you put me now? Thanks for that, computer. I needed to be down here. Right. Smooth landing. Right, stuff. Need some. Piss off, I'm trying to get there. Right. Oh yeah, where are you, little shit? There you are. Come and get me. Right, you want to play tanks? actually want the Sentinels. Scan these thingies here. Never have enough blueprints. Right. To get further into the structure to collect some stuff. You are? Yes, I am on live, yes. So don't be a twat. Nobody needs to know your life story. Should explain to everyone, this is my annoying brother that's just joined us. We don't need to hear his life story. We don't care. Shut up. I swear to God, I'll just turn you off if you don't shut up. I am in a system. Let me just finish what I'm doing. There are some destructible panels around here. I could just use the contacts tab to get it. Let me know when you're in a ship and I can give you where I am. Right, let's go and provoke some skimmers. Need them more. Right. Pylon emerge. Let's go and kill this one first. Hi. Ah, missed. Full shield. You can just tank the fire from these skimmers. You don't need to be overly concerned by them. Come on, die and give me your stuff. Or fall down the hill, whichever you prefer. Right, so let's go and activate some more pylons. See if we can get a few more skimmers to come out to play. I know for a fact there's one back here. It's a tiny bit further back, about here. No, too far. Where is it? I know it's back here somewhere. I was certain there was a pylon somewhere here. Oh well, never mind. Let's go and collect. And there's one in this corner, I'm sure of it. Right, I did stand up. Can't see the pissing thing though. Oh well, never mind. And then there's one over here. Been a while since I've done this, so it looks like I'm a bit out of practice. Just get up here and get a good vantage point. Oh, fall down. Should I prefer? Apologies for the shocking driving, everyone. It's one of them days where it doesn't seem to go right in the SRV. Right, so let's start again. So we come down the centre and we've popped up the first two. So, and there's one here, one there, and two down the right hand side. Did this a million times before. Figure out why. Cannot remember. Some stuff here to be had anyway. love the fact that they just leave all of their stuff in random ruins. It's useful for me, but... Wall. I've never been able to land that close to the Guardian sites. I'd love to be able to, but I've never ever found a place to set my ship down where it goes blue. I'd love to be able to. That's literally right on top of me. Where are you, little ship? Full power shields, so I can tank this. Back to weapons. And I'll have you guts, thank you. Nice doing business with you. Wow, if you got a python there, I can certainly get an asper. So there's some good information, and I will try that if I ever need to come back in future. Don't go down the hill, don't go down the hill, don't go down the hill. Don't fall down the hill. Right, so shall we start completing some parts of this puzzle? I think so. First thing I'll need is one of these. And then I like to start with the top two, because that gives you the most amount of time to make mistakes when looking for the rest of the obelisks. So I'll make sure full power to engines. Let's get a good flight up the top here. Wall. Don't get stuck. Right. Power into weapons. those two to pop up. There is one over this side. I'm sure of it. I'm sure I heard it pop up, but I must be mistaken. It's up here and to the right somewhere. Anyhow, I'll come back for that one. This one here. So we've got those two there, that one there, one in the middle, around here somewhere. Sure of it. I must be wrong. Hey, how are you doing? Thanks for joining the stream today. We're just hitting up the Guardian sites. A couple of reasons. One, just to get some Guardian items. I'm running low on them, and if you need them for the ship launch fighters, ship launch fighters, I want to be ready. And two, just because people ask me to. So, oh, piss off, Skimmer! I'm shooting the thing. Right. Come on. Oh, that's gonna hurt. 100% hold off. So I was able to tank that just right. Yeah. Where are you? Well, you do that yet. So I'm just going to take the fire from that one. I'll power back into weapons.
Target destroyed.
Sentinel weapons parts. Thank you very much. I need those quite a lot. Right, so back to our puzzle. So we've got that one there, those two up there. I'm sure there's another one around here. Got that one, got that one. I knew it was round there somewhere. There you are, my little friend. Can I get you from here? Of course I can't. Let's work this out. I've got the two over this side. That one and that one. I've got the two up top. So that one. And then I've got that one over there. I was sure it was in the middle somewhere, down here. It's up and over here. If anyone in the chat wants to give me a heads up, because I thought I knew where it was, but seemingly mistaken. One, two, four, five. That's frustrating. Full power to shields so I can tank this one. Back to weapons. This should be the last one. There you go. Puzzle completed. How many? Three skimmers. Sure. Hide. Let's get these shields back up for a start. Handbrake. Synthesize SRV repair. 107 repairs available. That'll do me just nicely. Cargo scoop up. power into weapons. Have it clapped.
Target destroyed.
Don't worry, buddies. Right, let's have this one next. So full power to weapons. Shit, shit, shit. Hi. Anytime you want to fire cannons. And I'll kill you before you get that shut off. Hi. Welcome to dead before you get that shot off. I'll have that. And I'll have whatever that is as well. I'm sure there's one more. There you are.
Target destroyed.
Full power into engine and shields. So it's going to be charging up. And get our reward. Now I've charged up all the pylons. We park over the slot machine. Crap out the relic. And what's the shot? Evening Corvus, apologies. I was busy not getting shot by skimmers, so welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining us. We got Guardian module blueprints. But what we really wanted were these little beasts. I'm just going to tank this guy's fire. And kill him. Shit, that's what I need to power into it. Yeah, I'm getting eject. Oh, that was interesting. Right, first thing we need back are our shields. He did not like getting blown up. Hey, look, a ship. That's not me. I could tank that on my shields.